What is up, YouTube? Spencer K here, and I am back for another Minecraft Let's Play series, modded Minecraft. We officially have our new mod pack set, and the series will begin. We're going to get into a demonstration of a lot of the mods that will be in this mod pack, and yes, I'm still doing these cringy YouTuber intros. I don't care, you'll never stop me. This is my thing. I do what I want, all right? Uh, Trust me, I know they're cringy. But we're getting into a demonstration for the mod pack, like I said. We have well over 100 mods in this mod pack. I probably should have counted and checked to see exactly how many mods I have before I start the series. But oh well, we're already committed, so we'll just you'll have to watch the series to find out. I will have a list of all the mods down below to give credit and all that good stuff as well. But what's going to be different about this series? Let's go ahead and get into that first. This series is, well, first of all, the big one is it's not going to be on the Earth map. To the Terraria mod to this day is still broken as far as I know, which is why my last series ended. Now, I had issues with my last series too. I thought it was just kind of sloppy. It was kind of all over the place. The episodes weren't really structured that well. Most of the episodes were actually just highlights from streams back when I was streaming in like 2020, 2021, when the series had first started. It's tough to watch, especially today. Like if you were to watch it as I uploaded it, maybe it would have made sense. But like, yeah, today it's just too tough to watch. So with the Earth map being broken, the upload just being random, there's really no story. Completely doing away with that. We're going to have structure. We're going to have a story in this one, which is something a lot of people asked for in the last one, especially with all the mods we have. I think we can make a neat little story. It's not going to be over the top. It's not just going to be complete role play or anything like that. It is going to be survival mode, 100% survival mode. I am in a demo world, so I'm in creative. The world we will play in is separate, and it is survival only. And I'm going to record every second I'm on the world. Most of it won't make the video because I don't want to be uploading, 8 hour long videos, but it will be uploaded unlisted to another channel just as proof and behind the scenes stuff at the end of, I think I'm going to call it seasons for now. We'll see if that's what they end up being. But it will be recorded. No cheating here. I'm not one of those YouTubers. I did a little off-camera mining. Yeah, you fuck those guys, right? Not going to be here. So we're going to do it survival mode. We're going to have a little bit of story, a little bit of role play. So it's gonna have me setting up some scenarios in survival mode off camera, which is still on camera. It's just going to be uploaded unlisted. It'll make more sense as the series goes on. I think I'm going to call this series Nuclear Hearts. If you guys want to help me out and see if there's any other series out there called Nuclear Hearts, honest to God, I am not aware of any. So if there's one out there that's very well known and I'm just being an absolute scumbag, let me know because I actually I'm not aware of any. I don't know of any at this time. So, but I like the name Nuclear Hearts as of right now, where I think I want the story to go. I think it makes sense and I like it so far. So, we're going to go ahead and stick with that name unless there's something else out there. And if it's some obscure thing that, hasn't uploaded in 10 years, and oh well, but maybe we'll still do it. But let me know down below if that's already a thing or if I like the name. I think I like it. Maybe we'll see if there's already one. We'll see how, well known they are, and maybe we make one as well. Hopefully it's not a modded Minecraft Let's Play, because then I'm going to really feel like a scumbag. But without further ado, I think that's my intro here. We're going to get into some mod demonstration, and we are going to go into... It's going to be a bad demo, dude. I can't even talk. We're going to go into survival mode here, type, and or demonstrate some of these mods. I may have had a trial run with this where once again, bad run, right? I didn't click record, so we got about halfway down the line, and I was like, oh, it ain't recording. So yeah, we're off to a great start with this new series, so wish me luck here. But bringing back some mods from the first mod pack is going to be Vein Miner. I mean, this is a must. If you're playing modded Minecraft and you don't have Vein Miner, you're ridiculous. You're insane. I hate you. But I mean, you have to have it. I feel like this is such a great tool, especially if you're trying to do massive projects and stuff. Vein Miner, you can either do a 1x2 like I just did, or you can change it to no excavation shape. Once again, going back to can't talk, and it'll do the entire vein for you just like that. And it is wonderful, especially when you're in a pickle. You can use it for mining. You're 1x2. If you're mining for diamonds down there, you can just keep holding it, and it'll do it for you. Now that ties right into our builder's one here, which is a wonderful builder's tool here. So if you have a wall or something you're trying to construct, you can pull out your builder's one, and you can actually stack up on the wall, and you can do it 3 high. You can do it as high as you want. As long as you have the materials for it, and it is the same material, you can use the builder's one to place multiple blocks all in one. Another very common mod, another very useful mod in survival mode. And moving right along with useful survival mods, we have tree decapitator. It's probably my favorite mod ever, and it is tied into fast leaf decay. So you're going to see I mine the tree, and all the leaves just disappear. You mine the bottom one, the tree disappears, all the wood at once, and then all the leaves disappear. Very, very useful if you're trying to chop down a forest. And it gets rid of all the pesky floating leaves and those big trees. Combined with a Biomes O' Plenty mod, which is taking the place of the Earth Map mod. This is going to be very important. I mean, just look at this. You get big trees like this, and it takes out... I hate this mod. The Tree Decapitator mod is the worst mod in the game. Why, dude? Normally, it would take out the whole tree. I guess this tree was 1 block too high. That 1 block was too much for it. Whatever. All right, we'll get into that. We'll just have to be smarter with that. Way to prove me wrong. I hate this series. It is off to a terrible start already, but it's okay. We're going to jump back into creative mode here, and we're going to talk about Biomes O' Plenty. Like I said, that is another mod. It is taking the Earth Map mod place is a good way to put it. Now it adds new ores, it adds a ton of new biomes, a ton of new trees, it adds a lot. Now it is a really cool mod to go out and explore biomes. It adds biomes that don't even have trees. I mean, they are just wastelands. It adds everything. If you can think of it, I think Biomes O' Plenty mod has it. It is actually insane how many new biomes this mod pack or this mod adds, which is really cool. And I don't know what all these ores do. I've never used this mod before, to believe it or not, at least in a lengthy series. I think I played it 1 or 2 off times. But backtracking from the Biomes O' Plenty mod, we're going to talk about the Serene Seasons mod. I think I have it somewhere down the line, but we're going to talk about it now. It's just going to make the next few mods a little bit easier. But this is another awesome mod. A lot of people use this mod as well, but it adds the 4 seasons to the game. Now, I'm holding the clock on the right hand of my screen now, and it is currently the summer. The dark blue with yellow is summer. The teal with orange is autumn. The red with green is spring. And you can't see it right now, but there's a light blue with white, which is winter. And each season adds its own unique little personality to the game. Each season obviously will change the weather. Example, winter it snows, shocker, right? Summer, it actually doesn't rain all too much in the summer, but the crops will grow faster. We'll get into crops. And then the spring, it rains a lot more. I don't know exactly what the fall does. I think the fall helps with certain plant growth, which we'll go ahead and get into right now. But it ties in very well with the whole map. I mean, there will be biomes that don't normally have snow, that will snow in the winter. So you think you're in a forest and it's green just like it is here. All of a sudden winter hits and all your water freezes over, all your crops get snowed on, and nothing grows. So you have to plan for that a little bit. And there are greenhouses as well as I think you can plant inside. That may also help. I'm actually, don't quote me on that. I'll have to test that. But it ties in very well with the Pam's Harvest Craft mod, which is probably one of the top 10 most used mods of all time, and deservingly so. It adds hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of different food types to the game. It is absolutely insane. This isn't even all the crops here. This is just a good amount of them. But I mean, there is so many crops here, and you can see it at the top in the What Am I Looking At mod. Wavela, I don't know how to pronounce that one, but I also have that mod here. But it adds all kinds of different types of trees, which you can see we're growing cherries and just a ton and a ton and a ton, and you can find them scattered throughout the world. Actually, all of these weeds here, or I guess they're called gardens, you can break those and they will actually give you random veggies. There is just a ton. I think there's 5 or 6 different types of gardens as well. There is a ton of food. It is hard to starve in 3 of the seasons. If you don't have food come winter time, you might be in a little bit of trouble, but we'll get to that in a minute here. But both the Seasons mod and Pam's Harvest Craft mod ties in very, very well with this next mod, the Cooking for Blockheads mod. This is a very cool mod where you can build a kitchen, and all of this equipment is actually connected with itself. If you click the crafting table here, you can see I have milk here, I have water here. If I open my little fruit basket here, I have flour, salt, and all that good stuff. I can come over here, and if I want to craft dough, it takes salt, flour, water, and then I have a mixing bowl right here on the stove, and it pulls all of those items from the rest of this kitchenette or kitchen set, I guess we should say, and you can just craft your dough just like that. You don't even have to have it in your inventory. You can have it in your inventory. You can have this completely loaded with food, have a bunch more in your inventory, and just go crazy. But you could just put it all in the fridge. Dough's in the fridge. Obviously, I have no food in my inventory down here, and I can still craft the bread. If I had the bakeware, the bakeware's not there, so I actually can't craft it right now. If I put bakeware on the stove here, I'll be good to go. But it uses pretty much all of Pam's Harvest Craft's food. I'm actually pretty certain it uses any food crafting recipe in the game. We have a few other mods that we'll loop back to here, and I think it uses those as well. I'll have to test that. Some fishing mods and stuff, but really, really cool. And all this, once again, ties into this mod, which is really cool. It is farming for blockheads, and I have to destroy them real quick because it terrified me. When I spawned this in, I thought a fucking nuke was dropping. Listen to this. Where is he? There he is. When I heard that, I thought I was getting bombed, and I ran, dude. It scared the hell out of me. But farming for blockheads, this is the mod, and this is a mod where you can trade with this gentleman right here, and you can get all the different types of seeds that Pam's Harvest Craft has to offer, which is really, 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 really cool, because a lot of these saplings are kind of difficult to get. I will not lie to you. So this is a great way to get the saplings and the seeds that are just tough to find for some reason. Which, believe it or not, all these mods I'm talking about, the planting, the farming, the cooking, all that stuff. I'm going to move over here because those birds are loud. All that stuff actually ties into our next mod right here, which is the Mr. Crayfish vehicle mod, which is really, really cool. Now, there are a ton of vehicles. I have some examples here with the ATV, the tractor, the boat, the little smart car, and then the plane. If you watch my last series, you would have seen me drive some of these around. But a lot of these vehicles can actually interact with crops. The tractor here has multiple trailers that it can pull that can harvest crops, that can plant crops, can hold crops, can hold fuel, can hold fertilizer, it can hold all kinds of different stuff, and is actually interactive with the plants. You can drive a harvester over these and it'll actually harvest the crops for you, which is pretty cool. You can plant a cedar, or sorry, drive a cedar over this and it'll actually plant the crops for you. Really, really cool how it works like that. Actually, I think a lawnmower is what harvests the crops, which is kind of funny. But the vehicles are completely interactive with the environment. So I will be pulling a tractor around to plow my fields. It's going to be fun. It's going to be farming simulator, which is pretty neat. But moving right along, now we're kind of getting out of it a little bit. This is aquaculture. I think this is what I was talking about. This is only a little bit of it, but it adds a ton of fish to the game, all kinds of sea life. I think it adds like 30, 40, 50 different types of fish, which you can go fishing for now, and they have their own unique recipes. Now, getting back into Pam's Harvest Craft and how all of these mods work together, which is just beautiful. Pam's Harvest Craft actually has ground traps, water traps. I think that's it for traps, but it has traps, and you can put bait in them. And if I take grain bait and I put it right here, right here, it actually, I think, has to be in the ground. Let me do it right. But you can do this, and there you go. It took a bait, and over time it will actually produce meat and leather and all that good stuff. So if you just leave this going here for a little bit, I don't know if I want to wait. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes, but it'll actually just start adding meat and stuff into your inventory over here, which is really, really cool, which in the winter is a great way to get more food if your pesky crops aren't growing anymore, which they more than likely will not be because it's winter. Because the season's mod, which is really, really cool. I forgot to mention that some crops only grow in certain biomes as well. So if you are in a desert biome, very few crops will grow there. So I have to choose where I'm going to live kind of strategically, or at least have multiple bases or something. But all right, I'm giving it enough time. It looks like the ground trap's going to take a little while. This is truly something you build like 10 of and you just forget about for an hour or two, and you come back and you have a ton of food. Yeah, nope, so far it's not working. Moving right along, another Mr. Crayfish mod. It is his furniture mod. This may be my favorite furniture mod out there. The food is not, the kitchen is not as interactive as the cooking for blockheads mod. So this is more of a kitchen set that you would put in like a villager's house, or if you're trying to do decorative interior. Meanwhile, the cooking for blockheads kitchen would be something I'd probably put in my house because it is interactive. Yeah, I still may put stuff like build a kitchen or sorry, a bathroom or something and park benches. You know, there's still a lot of cool stuff. Most of this actually does work, which is you can buy stuff on the computer. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, you can buy spawn egg. Oh, this is cool. Okay, I did not know you could do this. What is that? Silk touch? Oh, dude. Recipe book. This might be a little OP. I did not know you could you had a little eBay knockoff here, Mindbay. I did not know you could do that. That is pretty cool. But I think most of it is interactive. Like, yep, there you go. That is interactive. You can just play your music on that little radio there. I'm going to destroy that before it gets too loud, but very cool furniture mod. Probably my favorite. Not interactive, like I said, but that is okay. Next up, we have the refined storage mod. This is a mod that I'm not... Okay, Jesus Christ. Those birds are loud, dude. This is a mod that I did have in my last world, but I never really got into. Now, I think it's a better storage mod for mass amounts of storage. Takes a little bit of getting used to, for sure, but it is a good mod for storage. So that's another storage mod, as well as backpacks, which I think are at the end, but we'll get into that. We're just going to talk about these guys now because they are loud and annoying. We have a, what is it called? The... Not here. Our exotic birds mod. There it is, top of my screen. We have an exotic birds mod, and we are going to kill these guys. They're loud, dude. But this is the neat mod because it adds a bunch of different types of birds to the game. You can cook their eggs into scrambled eggs and stuff, which is kind of funny. But you can have a bird sanctuary. You can farm them. You can actually do a lot with them. They have nests, they have egg incubators, and they have egg identifiers, which will let you know what type of eggs we have. Now, we're going to destroy these guys. Now, just like that, there's magically one. We'll let him live. He's the lone survivor. He can't fly anyway. He's a roadrunner, so it sucks for him. But our next mod here is Ex Nihilo Creatio, I believe is how it's pronounced. Is that, am I correct here? Cradio, I don't know, man. Also, side note, I had a little bit of a nuclear spill. That's why a lot of the grass is dead and that I'm currently poisoned with radiation. But we'll get over there in just a second. But this is a cool mod because it allows you to break down certain blocks into, well, other blocks into more finer material. We'll see. It doesn't give it to you every single time. Let's put some grass down because I'm getting tired of getting poisoned here. But yeah, you can, I'm just using sand as an example here. And my inventory might be full. Wow, it's really not giving it to us, is it? Wow, so it's really not giving it to me. I don't know if it's because I'm in creative or what, but this crucible, you can melt down stones into lava, so you can actually produce lava this way. But this is what it's supposed to give you. So when you break down different material, you can also use this hammer to break down material. It gives you different items like this, either pieces, chunks, pebbles. Sometimes you get silkworms. It can give you a bunch of different things. My cat's meowing at me right now. Alrighty, he is okay. He's just mad because he knocked over a bunch of PS2 games, so he's not allowed in the game room while I record right now. But he's fine out there. But moving right along, back into the Mr. Crayfish vehicle mod. So there's the Mr. Crayfish vehicle mod, furniture mod, and we have a Mr. Crayfish gun mod somewhere down here. I don't know exactly where it is, but it was around here, I thought. We'll get into that here in just a second. But it has fuel drums, it has a workstation, it has all kinds of different parts to craft your vehicles. A lot of them are very expensive too, like engines and stuff. It has fluid extractors and mixers, which you need to craft fuel to make the vehicles run. It also has these nifty cones and little boost ramps. So if I ever build a highway going up a hill or something, I can use that. Has jack stands too if I got to jack up a vehicle, which is pretty neat. And moving right along, we'll get into the traffic mod, which traffic control mod, which I think is going to be fantastic. If I build roads and stuff, this is the way. It has all kinds of different cones, like channelizers, the drums, your normal cones. It has signs. You can click on this and it has like hundreds of different signs from probably every country on the planet. I mean, these signs, a lot of these signs aren't even real signs for the US. I think these are European signs in here somewhere. I can't find them. Maybe I already passed them, but there are signs from all over. Yeah, so you got different languages too, which is really, really cool. You can put darn near anything on that, and they're not that expensive, which is cool. You can put them up on actual poles as well. I don't know why I didn't do that, but you can have traffic sensors. So if you're walking or driving on it, it'll actually change the lights here. I didn't get this working because I'm missing the redstone, I'm pretty sure. and it's all not all linked together, but you can build actual intersections with working traffic lights and have street lamps. You can have highway dividers. You can have the barriers for construction zones. All really, really, really cool. If we start building roads, this is going to be the way. I almost want to build a bunch of roads that never get finished and just have like permanent construction just for the laughs. You know, that would be kind of funny. But that's another awesome mod, the traffic channelizer. Or sorry, traffic control mod. Moving over here, I missed the waystone mod. Very important. I think this is in every world too. This is you need this. If you're going to have a big world, you need the waystone mod. But with that said, we've crushed all of these mods over here. And we're getting into the big one. This is the big mod. This is the one that it's all about. This is the reason why I'm doing this Let's Play video or series. And this is why I am addicted to modded Minecraft right now. It is the HBM Nuclear Tech mod. It is awesome. It has a ton. I mean, there's probably more items in this one mod than all the rest of these combined. I mean, there are a ton. I've never completed this mod. I haven't even gotten close. And I have hundreds of hours in that Earth map, nuclear Earth map. So getting into it, just talking about some basic material. There are concrete bricks, which for the most part are resistant to nuclear blasts. The reinforced blocks, such as glowstone, also very, 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 very resistant to explosives. I think nuclear blasts can take these out, but I think your regular missiles cannot. So that is something to keep in mind while we continue the series and build up our structures. It adds a ton, an absolute ton of material. Your favorite's probably going to be this uranium ore, but it adds material to every biome too. You get some trixite in the end, and you get some sulfur, for example, from the nether. There's probably 50 different ores, most of which I didn't even find in my first Let's Play series, or the first survival world. Also moving along, it adds, I'm going to keep trying to move fast because my cat has separation anxiety, but he knocked over about 40 PS2 games, so he's in timeout right now. He's not allowed in the game room. Moving right along, it has traps in all different types of pipes and stuff. A lot of cool materials, such as these railings too, that just look fantastic, especially if you're going to be building a nuclear power plant. I think these materials will be awesome. Let's go ahead and jump into these chests here. Along with all that stuff, it has a ton, and I mean an absolute ton of different material and tools and stuff. I mean, this is a piece of this. You would use this in detonating a bomb. It's part of a construction of one of the nuclear bombs. Has volcano cores. I have found one of those before. They are pretty cool. It is actually a volcano. Pretty neat. Radioactive barrels that give off a lot of radiation. Bomb diffusing device here. You got your long-range target designators. Airstrike designators. You have your Geiger counters, which of course in a mod like this you're going to want. And I think that's a detonator. I think I already talked about it. It has anti-tank mines, which you can use for vehicles. It has anti-personnel mines, which spawn randomly, by the way, and are absolutely terrifying because they are so small. Look at this. Look how small these are. I mean, you walk into these in the wild all the time. They'll be in a shrub or something, and oh my goodness, and you're just bam, and it scares the crap out of you. It is pretty terrifying. But moving right along, it has a bunch of weapons as well. You can see it has its own guns, its own ammunition. It has gas masks, hazmat kits, hazmat suits. A little shout out to Fallout here. Some bottles of Nuka-Cola, some Twinkies. It has a nuclear catapult for Fat Man. Not for Fat Man. It's a nuclear catapult for mini nukes. It has all kinds of different ammo, once again, grenades, which is pretty cool. And then it has little crates, little care packages. You can call these bad boys in, and you can actually open them. I don't have my high-tech crate opening kits, so I can't open them right now. But there's, I think, 4 different types of crates, and they give you a little supply, some supplies when you open them, which is pretty cool. Moving right along, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this fast because my cat is screaming at me. This mod also features a plethora of different equipment. I mean, these are just some of the small ones. I'm not going to get into each and every one, but some are for fuel or liquid storage, some are for item storage. It has safes that spawn randomly that you can also lock to keep away from other players. Generators, energy storage blocks, shredders, radiation observers, decontaminators. It has your little crane console that will... Look at the memes. I never even noticed that before. What the hell, dude? That is funny. But this will help control your reactors and stuff. You can have solar tower boilers. You have centrifuges, all kinds of different tanks to do a plethora of different things here. Your chemical plants, which helps produce chemicals, obviously. Breeding reactors. We'll get into all this in the actual series, guys. I'm not going to dive into what each piece of equipment does here. Your small tanks here that hold liquid. I have a big ass tank right there. That is actually the name of it, by the way, the big ass tank 9000. I think that's hilarious. You have your oil refineries, your ore acidizers, oil derricks, cooling towers. Look at that. I mean, isn't that just a beautiful structure there? Your automatic mining drill. Moving right along here, the cyclotron, which I have actually never crafted before. I think I missed this one. Your auxiliary cooling tower, which you'd use for steam. It actually has steam coming out of the top. All of this stuff works, and you have to craft it all, and you have to use it all if you want to advance in the nuclear tech mod. And I don't know, maybe build some cool stuff like this, like, I don't know, working missiles. Is this not the coolest thing ever? Now, these aren't set up to launch right now. You need a target designator and some power, and as well as what do you call it? One of those, as well as a detonator. I had to go look what it was called, but it has all kinds of different missiles, as well as rockets, as well as space exploration. Now, I don't think you can actually go up into space, but you can launch satellites that will either be weapons for you or help you mine materials, which I have never gotten that far into the game, which is pretty neat. But I don't know why it's not letting me see what missile it is. This is just a high explosive missile. This one is an enhanced bunker buster missile. We have an EMP missile, which will fry equipment, and obviously the nuclear missile. Now, if that's not good enough for you, we also have the Fat Man and Tsar Bomba, which absolutely nothing stands in the way of this one. And if you don't know what Tsar Bomba is, Google it. I don't even want to tell you. It is sweet. It is terrifying. But this mod pack is massive, and this is only a little bit of the mod pack. I mean, if I were to show you every single item in the mod, we'd be here for a 1-hour video on its own. So we're going to keep moving along because I don't want to be here for that long. I don't think you guys do either. Next up, we have iron chests and iron furnaces. This makes furnaces that actually smelt stuff faster. The better the furnace, the iron, gold, diamond, the faster it smelts. It adds a couple other types of furnaces as well. Then we have iron chests. You can see one single iron chest is worth a double chest of wood. One gold chest is worth 3 single chests, and a diamond chest is worth a lot. Obsidian chests are worth just as much as the diamond chest. However, it is now more explosive proof for like creepers and stuff. It will not survive a lot of these missiles, but it will take a creeper, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty cool. Moving right along, we have the Makaz mods. I mean, he has like 8 mods in this thing. Bridges, doors, roofs, furniture, fencing, trapdoors, windows. He has it all, and this is going to be an awesome mod for building structures. I mean, he has it all. If I can't build a cool house with this mod pack or these mods here, then I'm just a bad player. Also moving along, Tinker's Construct. Now, we're not going to talk too much about it, but if you know what Tinker's Construct and Tinker's Armory is, it just adds a ton of different tools and armor to the game. I mean, pretty much any material can be crafted into a tool, such as the cactus hatchet, and it has its own unique personality. So it's spiky, prickly, and it depending on what you use, it'll have its own almost natural enchantments, if that makes sense. Like this one has vanishing, and slimy, momentum, all that type of stuff. What the hell? I just randomly selected this. Does this say 1,103 attack damage? No, at the bottom it says 1 million attack. What the hell, dude? There's no way that's real. There's no way that's real, right? Oh my, dude. Infinite, dude, this has to be like a creative. There's no way this is a real pickaxe. There's no way that's a real pickaxe. I just randomly selected that. I didn't realize. Okay, well, there you go. It adds all kinds of different weapons and tools to the game. Like, just look at all this stuff. Poisonous, heavy. It gives you knockback resistance. I mean, you just kind of have to look through the Tinker's Construct mods and see what you want to go for, because they are all unique. I selected the pig iron because I thought it was funny. That is cute. That's so goofy. But mending moss, you could add mending to a lot of your tools. And 1.12.2, the mending book is very, very difficult to get a hold of. So that's a very good tool to have for mending right there. As well as it adds slime islands, Can we see any? Yeah, there's one kind of in the distance. Nope, that's a satellite. Nope, of course there's none right above me. Why would there be? But there's floating slime islands where obviously it spawns slimes, and then you can select or craft, collect, and then craft these slime blocks, which you can use for crafting, which I believe is in this chest over here. And you can build these really cool slime tools. The slime boots make you basically prevent you from taking fall damage because you'll just bounce. And then the slime sling is like a catapult. You can launch yourself into the air, which is really, really cool. Moving right along, we had the seasons clock, which I already talked about, and then the backpack mod, a very important mod for storage purposes when you're going out and adventuring. I mean, just look at all the material behind me here. Your inventory will fill up instantly if you let it. So crafting these backpacks over here are going to be important. Moving along, this mod is going to be off initially in the Let's Play, but it still will be added to the game. Not off, it'll be deactivated, so the storms won't spawn. We'll still get rain and stuff. Like these clouds above me are from this mod here. But it is the weather mod. It spawns unique types of weather that work with the Serene Seasons mod, as well as it has your weather sirens for when you have violent storms such as tornadoes and hurricanes. It has your weather deflectors, so if you're getting sick and tired of tornadoes spawning on you, you can build this bad boy and it'll prevent it. And then you have, once again, your tornado sensor, which we'll get into once the mod is activated. It'll be off at first just because I want to focus on the village and the story and all that stuff. I say village because I'm going to find a village episode 1. I haven't recorded it yet. Torchmaster is a great mod for preventing mobs from spawning, and you can change the radius to be as small as 1 block, or you can change it to be 1,000 blocks, and it will prevent hostile mobs from spawning. Obviously, I'm not going to make it 1,000 blocks, but I'll make it big enough to protect the village. Now, this is kind of an expensive item. I think it takes about 3 or 4 diamonds, as well as I think 2 gold blocks and something else. So it's not cheap, but it's going to be good for trying to build cities and stuff if we ever get that far. Moving right along here, we have the immersive engineering mod. This is a mod I tinkered with a little bit in the Nuclear Earth map, but I never got too terribly far into. I'm definitely looking at getting further into that mod during this playthrough. The same goes for the Ender IO mod. This is another mod that I did not get very far into. It adds a ton of new material to the game, as well as equipment and machinery. Yeah, a lot of this machinery will do different things, so we'll get into Ender IO. This is going to be a fan favorite, player favorite, doggy talents. You can actually train up your dogs, and it gives dogs a ton of new items to customize them and really drip them out. It has a little doggy bath, food bowl, dog bed, which is pretty cool. And like I said, you can train the dogs so they can get better at doing certain traits and activities, which is going to be really cool. Another mod is the Better Animals Plus mod, I think is what it's called. Let me see. Better Animals Plus it is. It adds I won't say a ton, but it adds a lot of new mobs to the game. It gives the world a ton of personality. When you're exploring the biomes of plenty biomes, and all of a sudden you got a bunch of deer or a bear pops out and starts chasing you, it's pretty cool. You go to a beach and there's crab walking around everywhere. I don't have any water here, but there's whales, there's eels, there's all kinds of stuff in the actual ocean. It is pretty cool. Very, very cool mod. Some more mods that I have not brought up yet are the structures mod and dungeons mod. So there will be a lot of structures and dungeons. You can see some Nuclear Earth map mods here, and there's another one. And there's another one with the satellite, as well as the dungeons mod. I don't think there will be any dungeons here since it's a super flat world, but it adds a lot of structures to the game, which is going to be pretty cool. With that, there are still plenty of mods I have not mentioned yet. Plenty. I mean, like I said, there are over 100 mods. I think there's ballpark 120 mods, and this is what, maybe 30 or 40. Now, I get some of those mods are, for config to actually get the main mods to work. So, out of 120 mods, or maybe like 80 that are actually functioning and adding stuff to the game, while 40 are just kind of their background. But still, this is going to be an awesome Let's Play. I think this will be an awesome series. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, there will be stories. Here's another HBM, a dud. You're right, that is insane. I think this is going to be awesome. I am looking forward to it. If you guys have any questions, any advice, or if there's any mod requests, I may be open to adding some mods to the mod pack. If you guys want me to make this mod pack public, let me know. I can upload it publicly to CurseForge. As of right now, it's just a private mod pack I made. I also, all the mods that I have gone over today, as well as a few more, will be in the description. Just shouting them out. They all deserve it. All the independent mod creators. Holy cow, thank you. I love each and every one of these mods. And I think that's it, man. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are as excited for the series as I am, because it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I just realized I forgot about the totems mod. I mean, there are so many more mods I forgot, guys. For real, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I really hope you guys are excited for this series.